I'm Evan Lottie, Editor-in-Chief at PC Gamer. I play an unhealthy amount of FPSs, and here's what I like and don't like about Rainbow Six Siege.
Do we have 2 on the 3rd floor?
As a Counter-Strike and Arma player, I really value games that make gathering and relaying information into a skill.
I think this is good, yeah. If Charlie or Delta, if you guys are across from me, I'm Alpha.
I think it's a really under-celebrated aspect of good multiplayer games. Here's an example of the importance Siege places on communication from a match I played. Right here, 2 enemies enter the bomb room and catch me off guard. I spot the ballistic shield, duck behind my deployable cover, and have maybe 2 seconds to convey what the threat is, where it is, and what I need.
On bomb, A, help. Delta, come in, turn around. Delta, need you.
I'm not able to get the support I need here. I kind of get flanked and blasted in the face, but I like that I don't die simply based on my aim. The only way to get myself out of what seemed like a good defensive position was with my voice. I had to make the decision between yelling something vague but fast, like, help, which actually might endanger my team by pulling them out of position, and being more specific but putting myself in danger. One element I'm really happy to see that facilitates communication in Siege, though, is this compass that sits at the bottom of the UI. I love you, little compass. I love you so much. Guide me. Anyway, earlier in this match, I die, but I help a teammate survive a 3-on-1 using the security camera to warn him exactly where and when enemies were entering his room.
Okay, they're reloading in the stairway. Two in the stairway. They're really nervous. They're kind of... Okay. They're going to come clear you out, Charlie.
Up, though?
Here they come. Here they come. Doorway. 2. 3. Oh, yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on this freedom to spectate in the world after you die and how it might affect competitive play. But one benefit of it is you can continue to contribute after you do die. Another thing I like about Siege is that its grenades don't suck. You'd think grenades would be a super simple thing to implement in a shooter. You throw them, they explode, but they aren't always treated with the care that they deserve. Not every developer puts careful thought into how long the animation should be, what arc they should take, should you have to hold mouse 1 to charge them up, how much do they bounce, how much sound do they make. But here's a good example of what I like about Siege's grenade behavior. So right here I use the destruction particle effects to kind of mask my first throw through the floor, but I guess my enemy's location wrong. I make a follow-up throw, but I have to make myself vulnerable in order to make it accurate, and I pay for it. But likewise, my target pays for putting themselves in a position that's hard to escape from quickly.
Let me throw a stun.
On the downside, the flashbang behavior in Siege seems kind of binary. It just saturates your screen with whiteness almost regardless of whether you're looking directly at it. It'd be more interesting to me to take away some of the information that you have on screen than all of it.
They threw a flash.
More generally, and I say this as a huge fan of Twitch-driven games, I like that marksmanship can only take me so far in Siege. The fact that I can't shoot my way out of many situations gives Siege a kind of more deliberate intensity than something like Counter-Strike. There's definitely more time and space to think and execute, but not so much time and space that your decisions are arbitrary.
What the fuck? Like...
Hold on, I'm going to breach this wall behind them. Stay right there, don't go in. Here we go, 3, 2, 1.
Being a multi-platform game produced by one of the biggest publishers in the world, one of the best things I can say about Siege is that it can be so much more watered down than it is. I can't say the same about Star Wars Battlefront, for example, which felt surprisingly shallow when I played it at E3. On the other hand, Siege doesn't quite have that totally full feeling of purity that I like about games like Counter-Strike, which strip out every bell and whistle in favor of that divine principle of player skill driving everything. I'm also not crazy about Siege's damage indicators. In a game where you're shooting and blasting through a lot of walls, it feels too hand-holdy to have the game tell me when I'm connecting with someone I can't see.
There's one inside the dark left.
The other aspect of Siege I'm wrestling with a little bit is its level design. Aesthetically, Ubisoft has done a fabulous job of building thematically cool set pieces. There's a suburban house, a consulate, an Air Force One-like plane, lots of diversity, lots of fidelity. There will be 11 maps at launch, and they'll all be free post-release, which is great news. But structurally, because objectives like hostages can be spawned in one of several different positions, which does contribute to replay value, all those positions have to be equally valid and fleshed out.
Okay, there's nobody in the bathroom, but they barricaded the bathroom.
Which means that the areas around those objectives also need to be tactically meaningful.
Or in the master bedroom itself. They're really, really
And right now,
clustered.
I'm not sure that they really all are.
All in the master bedroom.
I'm not saying that Siege's maps are too big. It's more that not every area has a precise, meaningful relationship to the adjacent areas. Some areas feel like they have 3 windows when 1 would do, or a superfluous closet, or even a map that might be fine with 2 floors instead of 3. I'm really hopeful that at launch, it'll mean something to place the hostage in the garage, for example, rather than in the bedroom, and that each of these areas will have a really unique rhythm that prompts different tactics. Anyway, don't take this as a blanket statement. It's something that's hard to evaluate without being able to play Siege as much as I want, which I'll look forward to doing in the beta. I'm excited about Siege because it represents a big studio adopting a lot of the values I love when it comes to FPS design. In general, it's a less is more approach to making a competitive game, which is in stark contrast to the progression of a series like Call of Duty, and at the very least that deserves our appreciation.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.